here representing Gideon and their ministry for the Lord, and we're given an opportunity to speak a little bit and share with us what the Lord's doing with the Gideon and through the Gideon, maybe personally in his life. Would you welcome Mr. Flattery today?
I was here just a little under a year ago, and we didn't know what was going to happen this year that we've been in. I'm happy to report we have given out more Bibles than we have ever given out. Over 91 million Bibles were given out worldwide. Wow, that's an accomplishment. More than that, of the Bibles handed out, we actually have had, for the first time, a way to track the people that were given those Bibles that have come to know Christ. 36,250 people came to know Christ last year. That number may sound big, but when you compare it to the 91 million, it's just for us. It's a way for us to track and see people contact our international office and tell them that they were handed a Bible and they came to know Christ a week later, 2 weeks later, same day. That is just phenomenal that we can get this information. This past year, we've increased the number of countries we are in. We're in 203 countries around the world. One country in particular is on fire. And they were on fire 60 years ago. And now, even though they are a communist country, China has asked for 11 million scriptures this year. 11 million. Our goal this year is 99 million. That's almost 12% to one country. But we're seeing people in China hungry for God's Word. Hungry that they can teach and they can be involved in an above-ground church. I don't know if you know this, but 10% of China's population are evangelical believers. That's 130 million believers in China. And they still are growing by leaps and bounds. But what's even more important and more challenging for us, but also the most exciting, is we're seeing Muslim countries inviting us in and asking how can they be a part of this ministry. Countries like Morocco, United Arab Emirates, these are countries that are controlled by Muslim governments that oppose Christ and oppose this ministry. We have seen a number of things happen this year in these Muslim countries where people are asking for God's holy word. Morocco in particular has a unique opportunity for us. We are business and professional men, and what they are allowing our Gideon members to do there in Morocco is if they own a business, they can give out God's word. Think about that for a second. A Muslim-controlled country is allowing Christians, less than 2% of the population, to legally give out God's word. Now, that's not us. That's God working out all the details to get this done. Tomorrow night we'll wrap up the Olympics. Second Olympics in a row that the Gideons have had representation there. This year through collaboration with our printer in Philadelphia, we had a white New Testament with the 5 rings and the Gideon shield. Opening night, opening ceremonies, there was 203,000 Bibles handed out outside of the stadium. Our goal with 772 members there was to give out 2.3 million scriptures during the events and everything. Through today, and again, this is the marvel of technology, we have given out 1.96 million there at the Olympics at the different venues. So the goal is 2.3, that's about 700,000 from yesterday to today. We don't know if we'll make that goal, but we see Brazil as an interesting country. They are self-sufficient in many things that they do. And we see people coming to Christ in a mainly Catholic society. And we see men and women, boys and girls coming to know Christ in many different areas. We have a lady that gave us her testimony of what happened to her family. And the Millsaps were down in Lake City and happened to be there listening to them. And they were talking about their daughter. Their daughter Bridget was one that at 12 years old, she had made a decision that she wanted to be a ballerina, and not only a ballerina, but what prima ballerina, meaning that she would be the best at being in ballet. They were from the St. Louis area, and she told the testimony of their daughter, Bridget. Bridget one day made that decision, and they said, well, we don't have much money. You're going to have to kind of pay your own way on these things. And she did. She paid her own way on a lot of things. And different things, she was able to raise money. But at 12 years old, she decided she wanted to go to nationals. Well, she needed new ballet shoes. She needed a way to get there. And that Sunday before she was leaving, she was sitting in church service just like this. And Gideon was speaking, and he had just been to Africa. And over there, some countries, if you receive a New Testament from the Gideons, you will not get any government subsidy. If you have this on your possession in your house, you will not get food from the government. You will not get clothing. You will not get shoes. At the end of the service, just like today, Arnold and I will be in the back of the church to receive an offering. The Gideon made a challenge. He said, today, if you could sacrificially give to buy Bibles, you will see the fruit of that in heaven. Well, Bridget sat there for a moment. She thought, I have some funds for a set of shoes. These children overseas in Africa, they may not have shoes. She put her money in an envelope with a little note and said, I'd much rather see children overseas get a Bible than for me to have ballerina shoes. As the Gideon read that, he thought that was so interesting that someone at that age, she stated who she was, how old she was. And he kept that note. It touched that Gideon. 4 years went past, and she was about to make a decision for the rest of her life. She was going to try and go to the Juilliard School of Music, which is an invitation-only institution in New York. The summer before she was going to audition there, she made a decision that she wanted to learn CPR. And as she was there, filling out all the paperwork to do CPR, she found out she was going to need to go up and do a face-to-face interview there at Juilliard School of Music and Dance. This place is very intimidating. Only the best get in. They let her know that the paperwork was correct, that she would have to come back for an audition in the fall. She went back home, and there was some summer retreats and summer camp, and she decided at the last minute she wanted to go with the group of folks that were her age. And as they were heading out to the campgrounds, it was getting dark. They noticed the van that was with them in front of them had a blowout, kind of gone off the road. And she decided, as others, they would get out and try and help. What Bridget didn't see was when she came around that van, an 18-wheeler hit her, killed her instantly. She was a believer in Christ already at the tender age of 6. But it was at her memorial service. They'd asked the Gideon to come because he had that letter. The parents knew that Bridget had written that letter. The pastor knew. And the Gideon got up and he really didn't know what to say. It was probably the largest crowd he'd ever spoken to. It was over 2,000. And I'll state what he stated. Today, is there someone here that would sacrifice and buy a box of Bibles? There are $135 for New Testaments and $125 for hotel Bibles. I'm happy to report that day over 700 cases of Bibles were purchased in honor and in memory of Bridget Nelson. Unfortunately, there was a letter came to the Millsap House 3 weeks later from the Juilliard School of Music and Dance. They had set a date for her audition. The parents went there. They felt it was better to go in front of them. And they were confused there. Why was Bridget not there? And the parents there, and they had to explain that Bridget was killed tragically. And that she would not be here dancing, learning how to dance for them, but she was in heaven dancing for Jesus. For the last 17 years, they have sent a check for $135 to the First Baptist Church in Cape Girardeau in memory of Bridget Nelson. This ministry is one where we hand out Bibles and we don't know the hearts of those that take that scripture. But we do know one thing. just as this church is a great partner with this ministry, when the word is preached and people listen, God moves in people's hearts. We know that for a fact. This Thursday will be at Valdosta State University for the freshman orientation day. It's called The Happening. Over 4,000 students will be there. We're ready. We have 4,000 scriptures, so we believe that all of the freshmen will have a chance to have a great New Testament. Last year, I had the opportunity to sit with someone that looked confused after they were given their Bible. And I asked her, I said, is there something wrong? She said, no, everything's right. I just can't believe this is true. I said, what do you mean? You can't believe something that is true? What is it that you were wondering about? She said, well, I'm from Carrollton, Georgia, and my neighbor said, if you go to Valdosta State University, you get a free Bible during freshman orientation. And she said, no way, because you're a public institution. No. She said, no. Go there. Go to the freshman orientation. You'll be given a Bible. You see, she had never owned a Bible in her life. And she just was sitting there weeping. I had a chance to talk to her. And she is a believer in Christ. But just to hear her story that she had never owned a Bible, and to have someone tell her that if you'll just go to VSU and you learn and study your first week, and you have orientation, they will give you a Bible. Now that's confidence also. Believe me, that's confidence, because sometimes we don't know if we'll even have a chance to be. 2 weeks later, she called me on my cell phone. She said, did you come over to my dorm? I have a dorm captain here, and a set of parents, and a daughter that needs a Bible. I came over there. Parents didn't seem to be too happy with me coming there. I had my wife with me. We sat down in that lobby area, and the parents said, why would you want to give my daughter a Bible? What would you say if someone seemed stern and asked you a direct question, why would you want to give my daughter a Bible? Well, the quick wit in me, I said, sir, do you have one? I had 4 of them. He says, no. I said, well, would you like one too? Okay, yeah, sure. I looked at the mom and I said, ma'am, do you have one? No. Well, I got one for you. And the dorm captain, she looked at me and said, I don't have one either. I said, well, there you go. We sat and talked for 2 hours. That family had never been in church. They couldn't believe that roommate story coming from Carrollton, Georgia, and have a Bible handed to them. We sat for almost 4 hours, and I witnessed to all 4 there. All 4 came to know Christ that day. This ministry is one where that's a rare occurrence, to be honest with you. It's a rare occurrence. We have a new initiative, one that is very ambitious. In 4 short years, we are looking to be handing out 120 million scriptures a year. That means every 8.5 years we'll be giving out 1 billion Bibles every 8.5 years. Our focus is in North Africa and the Middle East. We have 26 countries we've identified, along with 4 other countries that are communist-controlled countries. Would you pray that we would be able to get into those Muslim-controlled countries? Would you pray for this ministry that we would be able to give out 120 million scriptures a year? Would you pray for this country as we see things are not like they were last year? Believe me, Satan is out to stop you. Satan is out to stop your pastor. He doesn't want him to be able to preach as he has been for these years. He doesn't want you to come. Satan believes he can actually win and be able to stop what's going on. We see this firsthand in our ministry. So pray for the Gideons International. Pray for the local Gideons here in Berrien County. Pray for Arnold. He needs your help. Most of all today, partnership with you in a financial way. If you're prepared to give, make out a check to the Gideons International. Arnold and I will be in front of the church there where the doors are, receive your offering. Everything goes to buy Bibles. Folks, this has been a wonderful, wonderful year. We're happy to report many good things. We just ask you to continue to pray for us. Continue to pray that we can flourish in a time where Satan doesn't want us to. Pastor, thank you for allowing me to come. Congregation, thank you for allowing me to give you an annual report. Have a blessed day.